So good to be back. Hardware Flipper here. See, in the past few weeks, I've been making, live videos because sometimes, like I always say, life just hits you and you realize that you do not have a lot of time to do the things that you love. See, I like to come here, with coffee in my hand, talking to you guys like friends who talk to friends. But today, I do not have coffee. And in the last week, like I said, things have been pretty much very, very, very clumsy. And when things get really clumsy, sometimes take a break from those demanding tasks. Making content is a little bit demanding. You have to sit down, you have to talk to the camera. As if that's not enough, you have to take the footage, sometimes edit them, which I pretty much try not to do because it takes an extra process to actually make sure that the video gets out. So I kind of found out that live streaming was kind of a thing, and it kind of helped me to interact with you guys on a personal level. And I really found some great people. Bunch of thanks to you all that have joined the live stream. But today I felt like I needed to do what I have to do. Of course, the coffee session is going to be coming back, but today it's just about 5:30 and I'm not going to be drinking coffee at this time because I still want to be able to sleep very well. But I said to myself, no, I have to do what I have to do. I have to come here, encourage somebody, give somebody out there a word of motivation. See, I sell on eBay. In case you are joining me for the first time, I sell used computers, laptop, desktop PCs, stuff like these monitors, and I try to make content of the things I sell first to motivate you, to show you behind the scene of what goes on when you decide to flip pieces for profit. But then I also have a way of encouraging you, because being in business doesn't necessarily have to be that you flip computers or you make content. Being in business, as it were, involves a lot. You're going to be getting a lot of stuff, challenges, permit me to use that word, from left, right, and center. Sometimes it's going to be that you are not able to, get the kind of clients that you want to get. If you are a freelancer, you offer services on Fiverr or stuff like that, you might realize that you are not getting, clients. If you sell on eBay, just like myself, you might have product to sell and you realize that the items are not selling. And if you are a content creator, you make videos, once again, just like myself, and you realize that people are not clicking on these videos not getting traction, you are discouraged. And to make the matters worse, you could be passing through a time where absolutely nobody believes in you. People think that you are crazy. People might think that you have lost your mind. Guys, if you are right now in that situation, I only have one word for you, which is to believe in yourself. You see, believe in yourself. That is the highest or the best thing you can actually do for yourself. See, it might be very, very rough, especially when you are, holding onto your gun. You are trying to push through with the dreams that you have, and it's not getting traction. This phase is the most difficult, phase if you decide to be self-sustaining. In other words, an entrepreneur. This phase where the thing you are working on is not getting a lot of traction. This stage, you are not really able to show people how beautiful what you are building. But the thing is, you see it in your head. You can feel it with your hand, even though you have not physically received it. You can see it clearly, but then there are no evidences for the doubting Thomases, the people around you, to see. And because of that, they feel like you are wasting your time. And sometimes they want to go ahead to even mock what you are doing, to tell you that, look, you might be better off just going to get a normal job. I have no problem with having a normal job. As a matter of fact, I encourage you, if you want to build something, like you are trying to build an eBay business, the best move you can actually do is to have a full-time job or a part-time job on the side while working on your dreams. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you. Your life is going to be way out of balance in a way that you can never, ever imagine. Your life is going to suck. You're going to hate this phase. This phase is going to be, if you have some support system, it might be a little bit easier, but that's not to remove the fact that you might have to pass through a lot just to combine these two things, which is when you have a normal job and you try to build a business on the side. Once again, the business could be anything. It could be you selling on Amazon, you making, selling on TikTok, you trying to make content and stuff like that. It's going to be challenging, but then if you can hold on tight to your dreams, guys, you are going to be amazed. It's going to be a matter of time, perhaps 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, 2 years. In fact, it's different with different persons. Some people are so lucky, they kind of figure out things in the next 6 months. Some have to wait like 3 or 4 years. Even some have to wait up to 10 years to be able to, get this traction, the evidence that you need to show to the doubting Thomas, the people that told you to your face that, look, you are dreaming. Whatever you are building, because you are wasting time, is not going to work. It might take a long time for you to be able to show them, the evidence of the dreams that you have. The worst thing you want to do is to give up, when things are rough, when nobody believes in you. Even when your mom tells you, look, guy, my son, I feel like you are doing something wrong. You're going to lose your friends. Your friends are going to pretty much think that what's wrong with you? We no longer see you again in our gatherings. We have parties every Saturday. You are never there. We have football games. You are never there. Remember, I told you, your life is going to be out of balance. And if you are married, you have a wife or you have kids, the kids are going to constantly ask, where is daddy? Why don't we see daddy anymore? And your wife is going to be under a lot of pressure. If you are not so lucky, you might have a lot of friction, trying to build what you are trying to build. See, a lot of people give up at this stage. If I scroll onto YouTube, I see a lot of people that were, building, doing a lot of stuff, pumping a lot of content, trying to make it happen, and they get a little bit of traction. After a while, you take a look at the channel doesn't seem to exist anymore. The last time the content creator ever posted a video was perhaps 6 or 7 months ago, because life happens. Things will want to just try to knock you off from whatever you are trying to build. I've been building this business for the better part of 10 years, and I have seen it all. I have seen people, tell me to my face that, look, you are wasting time. I've seen people tell me to my face that, look, whatever you are building is not going to succeed. It's not going to get traction. It's not going to see the light of day. You are better off, closing whatever you are trying to do and go and do the normal people stuff, which is to come home, sit down on your couch, kind of eat some chips, drink some beer, watch TV. Once again, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with this, but if you have chosen a lifestyle, you want to be exceptional, you want to be able to build something that's going to stand the test of time, something that people are going to take a look at someday in the future and say, wow, how did you do this? This is what I'm talking about. It might be a little bit rough. It might be difficult. You might have to take a lot of sacrifice. You might have to take a lot of pain. You might have to skip sleeping in the night sometimes. And most times you actually have to wake up early in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, just to put in the work to see a little bit of traction. Yes, it's going to suck, like I said. Things are going to not make sense. You will not even understand why you are doing it. But if the goal is so strong in your mind, you see it clearly with the eyes of your mind, you are not able to stop. And sometimes you even ask yourself, how is it that I still have the motivation to push through? How is it that in spite of no result, no traction, how is it that I still can, muster up the courage, to make content, to list on eBay, to go out to source for items? How is it that I am still able to even research for products to sell and even go out there to buy the product and sell them? Yes, that is exactly the sign that you need. When you begin to see that, look, in spite of no result, in spite of the fact that people are, pissing on your dreams, you are still able to lift your head up and say, you know what, no matter what it takes, I'm ready to put in the work. I'm ready to go the extra mile. I'm ready to do what I have to do. I'm ready to wake up in the morning. I am ready to put in the work that it takes for this dream to see the light of day. And if you hold on tight to your dreams, you are going to be amazed, because it pretty much happened to me. I have been holding tight to my dreams. I understood that it's possible to actually make money online. It's possible to buy stuff from point A and bring them to point B and sell them for profit. It is possible to do these things. And when you take a look at eBay, the beautiful thing is that when you see people succeeding on the platform, it's actually a confirmation for you to know that, look, this is something that works. People have been on this platform for 10 years, 15 years, doing the same thing over and over and again. Of course, in the beginning, it was daunting. I didn't know my right from my left. I didn't know what I was doing. It's the same thing with this YouTube thing. When I started making content, it was all a total mess. I didn't know what I was doing. My content weren't seeing the light of day. I was posting videos day and night, doing everything I had to do. At the end of the day, it was getting no result. Of course, not this channel, because this channel right now is going through the same phase. I have a tech channel, Hardware Money. If you want to check it out, feel free to check it out. You see, this channel right now going through the same phase, but because I already have a prior experience to know that, look, even when things are not working and you hold on tight to your dream, you keep pushing through in spite of the many opposition that you have, And the opposition in this case might even be from the platform itself, from your family, from your wife, from your kids, from your parents. It could be all over, from your friends. If you keep pushing through, you are going to get results. And this is the second channel I'm actually building right now for myself. The first channel pretty much taught me that, look, if you do not give up midway, something great is going to happen. When it happens, you are going to be glad that you stuck through. You see, in the last few days, I have sold well over 4 laptops, well over 5 iPads, and it just keeps going on and on and on. There was a time I didn't know how to list these things. I didn't know how to source for these things. And even when I did get them, I was getting them at a very expensive price that I couldn't, turn around to flip. But because I didn't give up, I kept pushing through. The opposition was great, guys. I'm not going to kid you here. It was a lot. And I kept pushing through because I knew it was something I wanted to do. I didn't want to give up midway. I knew there was something in it for me. Patience was what it was going to take from my side. And hard work, dedication, consistency, all these things that you hear people talk about, this was what it was going to take. And I wasn't ready to give up. And even up till now, this video is also like me talking to my future self that, look, I am not going to give up even when the tide is so high. And by extension, I'm also talking to you. If you are in a similar situation where you do not get the motivation that you need, the encouragement, the support that you need, but if you believe that, look, whatever you are working on, there is something in it for you. And one way you can tell is that you have been able to do it even when there is nothing, even when there is no monetary reward, even when there is nobody out there to tell you, thank you, we see what you are doing, we appreciate it. But you somehow get the motivation, you get the inner drive to keep doing, putting in the reps. Guys, hold on to your dream. That might just be the sign that you need. Do not give up, keep pushing through. You are ultimately going to achieve what you have set your mind to achieve. Let me know in the comment section, what is it that you are building right now? What kind of challenges are you presently facing? Of course, tell me how you are also, circumventing these challenges. Until I see you again in the next one. Peace.